Hello. Hello for having my phone with me. Right, gotta make this relatively quick because I realize I've got a Patreon stream to drop into at midnight, and I've got to pray and stuff. Well, this episode was tragic. It was definitely exciting. Let me get my concerns out of the way first before I start ranting about what I loved, because it just hit me. This is a penultimate episode, so usually it's a big indicator of where we're going to end up. And my concern with a lot of things I'm watching at the moment, streaming wise, by which I mean a lot of the Marvel content, is by pilot episode they kind of resolve everything that's been going on for the entire series, and then for some reason in the pilot episode they add a whole bunch of new plots that wasn't really like dealt with until that point. So I'm like, well, where does that come from? And it's like a completely different show, or it misses the whole themes, or like, one division. I'm looking at you. This actually seems to be progressing the build up nicely. In fact, nothing near me thinks that we're escalating rapidly to catch up for lost time. But yeah, it does kind of bring everyone together, except it doesn't. And here's what my concern is: so we didn't see the Numenorians in this episode, and so there seems to be a lot to kind of like we haven't seen Numenorians, we haven't seen the Halflings or the Halflings or the Wizard, and it feels like we haven't nearly reached. We feel like we're in the middle of their stories, or at least beginning of the third act. So I don't know how we're going to resolve both of their plots in the final episode, where we don't even have I don't know what. Well, so maybe we did, but then it's kind of like they feel very B plotty, maybe, and that's really true. Almost as if really they shouldn't have been in this season. I think maybe the Harfoots and Gandalf, if that is Gandalf, shouldn't have been in this season, because they feel very tacked on. It doesn't do them justice, and they've always been very separate to the Rings of Power plotline. And it's kind of like, what runtime are you padding out by doing this? Where does this leap in? At least the Numenorians fed into the Rings of Power, like the main ring plotline. As far as I'm aware, every character, there's no characters have crossed over between the Half-Foot Stranger plotline and the rest of the plotlines. Everyone else has crossed over. They haven't. They're completely separate. And then maybe you can give more time to the Numenorians, because it's like where, and maybe they're trying to be consistent with the law, and in which case I respect that. But so okay, well, at least we know where the Half and the Stranger are. The Stranger's next task is to basically become a wizard by passing his test, and choosing to do that rather than go save the Half-Foots. And I assume he's just gonna do that. My issue is what runtime is available in next week's episode to give, because he hasn't reached that loss stage. Before the finale, you meant to have a stage where the good guys lose, and then they kind of fix that normally. Basically, a cliffhanger. Hi, Kenny. Where's the cliffhanger for the Stranger? It would be a cliffhanger. I mean, I guess he's been given his choice between save the Half-Foots and become a wizard. And I guess we don't know which way he's gonna go, because we don't know for sure if he's Gandalf or not. But it feels like there's a lot to do and get the pacing right in that last episode for them. The Half-Foots, we kind of know what they're going to do next, which is defend themselves, but they're not really in danger because they kind of are. But it's very much a kind of like back of the mind thing. And even with them, it's like, well, are they going to succeed or they're not? Like, I know what they're going to do, and I'm not particularly anxious about them. The Numenorians don't seem they seem very much early on in their arc, in terms of third act arc. And I don't know where their trajectory is going to go, and I don't know if there's enough time to establish that trajectory. It's kind of the opposite side of the Half-Foot Stranger problem, because Miriel has just, I've forgotten about Isildur as well. So Miriel's just got herself proven innocent, so Elendil is not innocent. But what are they going to do next? Isildur has disappeared off the face of the earth for the last half a season. Is he gonna reunite with them? Is it time for that? I assume this show is gonna tackle the 9 men getting their rings, and I don't know like where we're at with that. It's a lot, but I'm talking about a lot of negatives here. Positives, lots of positives. The episode again looked amazing. There was some really, really good lighting. Um, Lighting in the show has been phenomenal. Even like some of the lighting has been like a lot of. There's a lot of lighting in the show that's been. Hello, Mr. Wayazak. You're all coming and saying hi before my chatbot has kicked in, which is very annoying. Um, some of the lighting is quite like artificial, but I don't mind. It kind of just it brings that kind of atmosphere, that kind of phantastical atmosphere. Um, it still all looks great. Even this is very much an artificial. Like this looks fake as heck, but like, look, I know writers who use subtext in their shows and they're all cowards or whatever, however that quote goes. That's fine. It's fine. It's phantastical. A lot of lighting in the regular as it's burning. Especially on Kerabimbo's face. And Kerabimbo is doing a fantastic job of like just playing a gaslit elf and just like the kind of creaks of doubt, but the whole kind of like resting on the reassurances, and then suddenly he breaks through and is like it's a brilliant depiction of fantasy level gaslighting. Um and it's the brutality of it from that point onwards, and that Sauron through and through now, being brutal, making Celebrimbor throw his elf assistant, I forget her name now, off the ramparts where she gets like almost dismissively just head split in two by an orc. Brutal. Like what a way for that character to go. That's just so depressing. Celebrimbor's like kind of just like increasing like descent, cutting off his own thumb to escape. Everyone like kind of turning against him. Like that's scary. So yay for Galadriel coming through and like saving the day. The reveal that the mithril was actually blood, and pure Sauron's blood has been poured into the rings. That was a nice reveal. Like that's definitely a chess piece that's in the right place for the finale. Finally, Elrond and Durin reunited. I don't think they've actually met an entire season. I forgot about that, and I'm glad they finally kind of met and had a nice little banter. It was a nice little warm moment that then gets tragically undone because immediately Durin's like, "Yeah, of course I'm going to help you," and he manages. The episode knows how to give us hope and pull it from underneath us because he gives us very, very, very good, inspiring speech about dwarves being loyal and like fighting with Khazad Doom and letting the reputation go for them, and like it's a king's speech for someone who isn't a king yet, and like legions of dwarves are ready to fight by him, and then essentially the king goes mad as internal civil war, and they're like, well, no, if you go and fight this war, we're gonna lose Khazad Doom because we need you to be here, and that's a big, massive dilemma to give Durin in that moment because he wants to save his friends and dwarf elves, but he's not got much choice, and like, I really feel for that. I really, really feel for that. Why is my chatbot not kicking in? This is really annoying. Do I have to reconnect it every time? This is gonna really peeve me off. One nitpick. Obviously, there's a part where Galadriel talks Arandir out of trying to kill Adar because it's supposedly a suicide mission, and Galadriel's like, you'd be better off helping us win this war and then helping us all kill Adar rather than just like going on a suicide mission where you're probably just gonna die and have no success. But how is it a suicide mission? He clearly is like got like this free reign to like move around like without being spotted. Finally, the bot's kicked in. It's only been 10 minutes into the stream. If anyone say hi now, say hi now because now it'll actually appear on the stream. Should be nice to see. And like the camera, I know the camera angles we see on screen are more clear than it is for characters. We see a degree of clarity that you can assume the characters don't see. But I think it is strongly implied that he had a clear shot on. If he had a clear shot on Gladriel, who had just gone round the corner from where Adar was, and we could see him look at Adar, and I think we can at least assume that he could see Adar. But he's probably got a clear shot, and I think he could have taken him down, or at least like I don't know. I don't know what they were. They seemed like cautious, but it seemed like he had a good clear shot. Like Adar's, he was able to kill 3 orcs like the next corridor along. I think if there was a risk that someone was going to spot him shooting Adar, that would. What was that noise? That would have happened, but the story. And Arandir's got some really, really kind of like kick-ass fighting styles. Like I just watched that guy like dance around all day. Like I was a bit skeptical of his fighting his first episode that he appeared in this season where he saved Sealdor, because it was very kind of CGI. But here it was much more kind of like fluid, and a lot of the fighting in this episode was really good. Seeing Elrond, young Elrond fight in his prime was a joy to watch. Clearly, like earning that whole boast about how he can hold a sword and being a military commander, even though his history is as a politician. I love seeing that. Also, seeing Gilgalad in battle as well, and armor looked amazing. What else I missed out? But yeah, it's a really strong episode. It sets that basically we have a finale set up. I'm not sure if it kind of feels like end of show finale. It does feel like a season 2 finale, and it is a season 2 finale. But it feels like a season 2 finale of a 3-season show. It doesn't feel like a season 2 finale of a 2-season show. It feels like we should have a longer build up towards it. I don't know. We'll have to see how it sticks to landing. I think it can go either way. I'm optimistic about some of the things that have been set up. I'm concerned that a lot of things have been set up that are going to be rushed. And I'm like, I feel like just vaguely from what I know of like the history of the Lord of the Power of the Rings of Power, it feels like we're like not at the penultimate episode yet. Like it feels like we got at least another episode, But there's nothing inherently problematic about this episode. Anyway, that's me done. I'm gonna go and sort myself out and then watch the stream, which is gonna be a mistake. So I gotta be up at 6 in the morning to lead the LARP, but whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace. Goodbye.